Hi guys! So I am here to do what for me is a very exciting video, and I hope you enjoy these as well. But it is another in my Booktuber Picks My Book Haul series. I have done 2 of these in the past and you guys do seem to have enjoyed them, and equally I have enjoyed filming them, and they essentially consist of me and another booktuber who I love but that doesn't necessarily live in close proximity to me, so I don't get to see a lot or have never met in person, but you know, adore their channel. We swap book hauls. I feel like that was a really long-winded way to say that. We set a budget and we send each other a few books within that budget to our respective addresses, and in this episode I have done a book haul swap with Amanda Venture from The Naughty Librarian. Now I feel like I've mentioned Amanda a few times this year because ever since I discovered her channel she has become one of my favourite booktubers. I hold her personally responsible for my newfound addiction to historical romance and Tessa Dare novels, because I don't think I ever would have picked them up if it wasn't for her, and now I adore them, which is the pure joy of booktube, because not only do I discover books within genres that I already love, but I'm also introduced to new genres and new authors and new books, and equally this is a fun way for me to do that because Amanda has obviously picked me some books that she thinks I will enjoy or is interested to hear my opinion in. Now I have also sent Amanda some books, so do make sure you're subscribed to her channel. I will be of course linked down below if you're interested in finding out what I've sent her, as I'm sure she will mention it at some point on her channel. But I also like to take these videos as an opportunity to really, you know, shout out a booktuber I love. And like I mentioned, Amanda's channel is one of my absolute favourites. Not only does she recommend a lot of books that I've since picked up, she reads a lot of romance, which I didn't read a lot of before this year, but she also reads a lot of fantasy, which as you know I do love, so there's a nice balance there of books I already know I love and books I'm interested to check out, if that makes sense. But her personality is really what brings her channel to life for me. She's so endearing, she's so funny and witty and clever. I love hearing her talk about books. I love just like her whole attitude to booktube and filming. Settling down to watch a video from Amanda is such a treat for me, and I always look forward to seeing them in my subscription boxes, and I'm sure those of you who haven't checked out Amanda's channel in the past would feel the same if you were to subscribe, so I do encourage you to do so. But like I mentioned, Amanda has sent me some books, and they actually came in 2 separate parcels, and this one I opened not realising what it was because I just saw a white envelope and thought, oh, a publisher sent me a book, which happens quite a lot. So I opened it and then realised, wait, that looks like the kind of book Amanda would send me, so I'm going to start with that one. However, I do want to quickly mention something unrelated to books specifically before I jump into the haul, because I think it's something incredibly important. It's something that I feel very strongly about, and I feel like I do have this platform and I don't want to waste it to speak out against injustices that I see in the world or my own country, and therefore I thought this would be a prompt time to mention the current industrial action being taken by the CWU trade union here in the UK. So the CWU encompass communication workers, including postal workers, and recently in the United Kingdom, members of the CWU went out to vote on whether they should take industrial action and voted 97% positive to going on strike and opposing the way that the Royal Mail is treating them, which is the body that, you know, organises postal workers here in the UK. There has been tons and tons of outsourcing since the privatisation of Royal Mail in the past few years under the Conservative government. It has become an increasingly unstable job, with hours being cut and potentially more job losses in the future. My dad was actually a postman for quite a few years when I was younger, and it is not an easy job. My own postman, who I see on a regular basis because he does deliver me a lot of books, so I just wanted to mention that that was going on and encourage you to show your solidarity online with the union. You know, share what's going on Twitter, you know, like their tweets, you know, just give them a little bit of support, because that is integral to any industrial action. For those involved in it, they need to know that the public support them, and I think most of us do. So I wanted to mention that here, completely off topic, but again, like I said, I have this platform and I know mentioning this here is probably going to get this video some dislikes, but I'd rather prioritise this kind of discussion over, you know, views. So there we go, there's a little political diatribe. Now we are going to get onto the 2 parcels that Amanda has sent me. I hope you managed to stick around through that. So first up is this little parcel, and this is a book I already pulled out, and look at that cover. Obviously Amanda sent this to me. This is just like an Amanda book. She has definitely held up this and many covers like it by the same author on her channel, and it is Burn For Me by Ilona Andrews, a hidden legacy novel. So this is part of one of Ilona Andrews' series, and like I mentioned, Amanda talks about this author all the time. And although this is a book that if I'd seen it in a bookshop like 2 years ago, I would have completely passed by, since hearing Amanda talk a lot about this author and how much she loves them, and since getting into romance literature, I have been intrigued to check her out. So I am so pleased that Amanda gifted me one of these, because I think it's the perfect source to get my first Ilona Andrews. It has been specifically chosen by somebody I trust. And honestly, I don't know anything about this book other than it is obviously a romance, and I believe some sort of like paranormal fantasy. So the back tells me that Nevada Baylor is faced with the most challenging case of her detective career. A suicide mission to bring in a suspect in a volatile situation. Nevada isn't sure she has the chops. Her quarry is a prime, the highest rank of magic user, who can set anyone and anything on fire. Then she's kidnapped by Connor Mad Rogan, a darkly tempting billionaire with equally devastating powers. Torn between wanting to run and wanting to surrender to their overwhelming attraction, Nevada must join forces with Rogan to stay alive. So this book has paranormal fantasy, romance, and a like sort of detective crime element. Like, how many genres can you fit in one book? Because I feel like Ilona Andrews is going to find out. And I am so excited to read this. So thank you so much, Amanda, for picking me out in Ilona Andrews and sending this over to me. But she's been in the back of my mind to try. And like I said, I really trust Amanda's opinion when it comes to romance, because she is my romance guru basically since discovering her channel. We then have another parcel. And this one has a much bigger book in it, or it has a hardback book in it. I don't know about word length. Okay. Oh my god, this is also a book I want to read. In saying that, I didn't know which Ilona Andrews I want to read, so this book itself is a surprise, but this is a book that is on my wish list, and I'm now going to have to go take off. And that is The 10th Girl by Sarah Faring. Oh, this book sounds so interesting. And I've seen a few booktubers I enjoy read this recently. They have had various different reactions to it. I'm still very curious about it, so I wanted to see what my own opinion would be. I think it's a bit of like a paranormal mystery thriller. I will read you the blurb though. This is a gothic psychological thriller with a haunting twist. So yeah, I think I was right on that count. At the very southern tip of South America looms an isolated finishing school. Legend has it that the land will curse those who settle there. But for Mavi, a bold Buenos Aires native fleeing the military regime that took her mother, it offers an escape to a new life as a young teacher to the daughters of Argentina's elite. Mavi tries to embrace the strangeness of the imposing house, despite warnings not to roam at night, threats from an enigmatic young man, and rumours of mysterious others. But when students and teachers alike begin to behave as if possessed, the forces haunting this unholy cliff will no longer be ignored, and one of those spirits holds a secret that could unravel Mavi's existence. Okay. I think it's been clear on my channel recently that I've been really craving some kind of ghostly horror thrillers of late. I don't know if it's just because it's autumn or because it's the Halloween season and I keep walking past people's windows decorated with cobwebs and bats. But it's making me want to read this kind of book, so I actually think I might start this as soon as I finish the book that I'm currently reading, which honestly will not take me long because I'm really enjoying it. It's Wondersmith by Jessica Townsend, if you didn't see my favourites video. This sounds so interesting and I would love to chat with Amanda about it. So yes, I will be reading this very soon, and I will also be reading this as soon as possible because I think this is going to be just like a bit of rip-roaring fun really, and both of these books just sound brilliant. I think these are so well chosen. I've got a little bit of fantasy in both of them, but one's more of a romance and one's more of like a paranormal horror, so I love the diversity there and I'm just so excited about these. I hope Amanda likes the books I sent her. It's always a lot of pressure, but yeah. You've done well, Amanda, so thank you very much. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Like I mentioned, please do go check out Amanda's channel if you haven't in the past. It is truly brilliant. You will find so many wonderful recommendations on it and you will just have a great time watching her videos. But until next time, happy reading and I'll see you all again soon. Bye guys!